Hi, so I am going to talk to you a little bit about what I know about alcohol free. There are a lot of different products out there. It can be a little confusing as well. And so I'm just gonna share with you some of the things that I've found. First off, like I said, there's a wide range of products. There are things that like they make de-alcoholized wines. They also make like wine alternatives that have not had any alcohol in them. A lot of the products are meant to be like replacements. So like Ritual does like a rum alternative. It's actually supposed to be a direct replacement for rum. There are also distilled botanicals that are really just meant to give like a complex flavor, similar to like a cocktail mixer you would add into a beverage. And so there's a wide range. There's also things like nootropics that I've avoided because I'm not really sure how I feel about them. Those are like, sometimes there's like mushrooms that they'll use to like make you feel relaxed. Ashwagandha is also a popular one that you'll find. You also see it as a supplement that's meant to help like relieve stress and relax you. So if you're not, I don't really know a lot or understand those very well, so I've just typically avoided them. You're welcome to do your own research, and that might be a good thing. The other thing is, so some of them are, when you say alcohol free, some of them do still have a small amount of alcohol, like 0.5% is a common one. Sometimes it'll be up to 1% alcohol by volume. So just because it's labeled as the alcohol free doesn't necessarily mean that there's zero alcohol in it. So you do have to be careful and make sure that you're reading the labels if you're trying to completely avoid alcohol altogether. So moving on. These are some of my favorite products that I've tried so far. So the Leitz Eyes Wide Zero is a sparkling rosé that's alcohol free. There is 0% by volume of alcohol. This is a sparkling rosé. So they usually make it like a regular wine and then they remove the alcohol afterwards. So this one, there would only be like trace amounts in there. It says 0% alcohol by volume. So it's such a minuscule amount that it's like not measurable. So it does contain sulfites because it's made like a regular wine, but this is also the closest thing to a sparkling rosé that tastes like the real thing that I've found. So this one does not have alcohol in it. So this is one of my favorites. Another one of my favorites is Pierre Chauvin's Les Petits Etoiles. So this one is actually, there's no wine in the making of the Les Petits Etoiles brand. It's actually just, it's not fermented, it's organic, there's no sulfites, it's literally just like an adult like juice beverage. It's not, I shouldn't say juice because it's still made from grapes, but it's not fermented. Well actually it says on the back, it's a grape juice, a Cabernet Sauvignon grape juice. But this is the most sophisticated grape juice you will ever taste in your entire life. This is not something that's overly sweet. This brand in particular was actually designed for the restaurant and hotel industry in France. So Pierre Chauvin actually is a winery. They produce both alcohol-free and alcoholic wines in France. And they made this brand in particular for the hotel and restaurant industry in France because it's a lot more common to have alcohol-free in Europe than it is in the States. Hopefully that will change, but and Pierre Chauvin in particular, they have several wines that are actually halal certified, which is a very strict sect of Islam that does not allow the consumption of alcohol. And so you could actually see on the back of the label that it is halal certified, if that's going to be clear enough. So you can feel safe consuming this, knowing that there's no alcohol in the production of this. So this one's good. The Les Petits Etoiles brand is absolutely fantastic. It's definitely one of my favorites. And then Pierre Chauvin also has the Zero brand, which is right here. So it is So they use de-alcoholized wine. So they make wine in the traditional process for this brand, not this one, but this one they make traditional wine and then they do an extra step of removing the alcohol, which is the most common that you'll see for de-alcoholized wines. I would also just like to quickly point out that, let's see, so there are 2 servings in this entire 750 milliliter bottle. So one serving is half of this bottle. Half the bottle has 70 calories. That is significantly less than like a regular grape juice, obviously. So this is a great option if you're wanting something that is not water, that isn't juice, that's like an in-between that still has very complex tasting notes. That would be a great accompaniment to a meal of some form. So Pierre Chauvin's my personal favorite. I do like the Leitz products as well, especially their sparkling rosé. I haven't tried a ton of the other Leitz ones, so that's another thing, is like I've just been trying a lot because there's a lot to learn. Other ones that I really like is Groovy makes a sparkling dry secco that doesn't have any alcohol in it, and they're usually like in individualized glass bottles. I don't care for the rosé one that Groovy makes. I prefer just the regular straight one, the non-rosé one for their products. Ritual, I've only tried the rum, but this is like the closest rum alternative that I think you could possibly find, because when you make cocktails with this, people ask if there's alcohol in it. So also meaning that if you want to stay away from alcohol, or if you struggled with alcoholism, these are probably not the products for you, because they are intended to replicate their original. So just be wary of that. I have not tried this, but what you're also finding is that there's a lot of alcohol brands that are really popular that are making de-alcoholized versions of theirs. So this one actually has 0.5% alcohol. And it's interesting because it still notes that it's 21 and over, and I'm pretty sure because it's like, it looks like a regular beer, it's been de-alcoholized. So I haven't tried this yet, but I'm looking forward to. So that's another thing that you'll find is like common, well-known alcoholic brands are starting to make non-alcoholic versions of their own products. So another thing that I like to do is just take some tonic water and lime. That's also a great alcohol-free beverage. Another thing that you'll find that I've mentioned before is the botanicals. So like this is a case of the distilled botanicals. I've actually gone through all of the earthen, and I just have the luster left, which is the more citrus one. This one is more like a spice. So these are great if you want to do like a mixed beverage and have a little bit more of a complex flavor that isn't directly like a de-alcoholized wine or something else. The other thing that you'll find, I tried the Pinot Noir version right here of these Wonder and Found. Better Roads is really like pushing these. They've had a lot of them. I didn't really care for the Pinot, but you know, to each their own. I do like that they're in individual cans, because it's nice that you can just like pour yourself a glass and not have to open an entire bottle or feel like you have to go through the entire bottle while you're drinking that. Other things that I've tried is Seedlip. Their spice one is really good. It's a great mix in to beverages. Le Petit Beret is also a similar, that one tasted more like an adult version of Martinelli's, where it was more like juice. It was no alcohol in it, but it still tasted really good. It just felt more like a sophisticated juice. And then there's also 0.0. That's another brand that I've enjoyed trying. And yeah, so that is what I know about the alcohol-free. As you can see, lots of different products that are out there, and hopefully you enjoyed this video. Have a great day.